You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodriguez for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony and that little incident last night where he got his feelings hurt involving two fans. Some fan, one of the two, we don't know which, one of them which was black, by the way. Not that that should be any lend any credence to this, except Carmelo Anthony of the Lakers made it a racial issue involving these two fans. He got triggered, and I do mean triggered. He kind of stormed at these fans a little bit. Joel Embiid had to step in to keep an incident from actually happening, it looked like. And, of course, much like the rest of these current day soft as Charmin tissue NBA players, he had to get the fans tossed out. Yeah, one of the fans was wearing an Iverson jersey. I don't know how many racists wear an Allen Iverson jersey. My guess is not too many, frankly. Let's get to this because two NBA legends have absolutely eviscerated Carmelo Anthony over this. We talked about this in our live stream, the fact that these players, players like Wilt and Bill Russell, they had to confront actual true racism when they were in the NBA. Carmelo, you've made $260 million in your career. Nobody is exactly oppressing you at this time, just letting you know. And some could say you've probably been paid too much because you just don't have a ring at all. But that's the kind of player you are. Let's get to this. Last year, Charles Barkley said NBA players should be able to, quote, beat the hell out of fans. Now he thinks Carmelo Anthony is soft for confronting one. Maybe he's saying if there's an actual incident or something egregious that's actually said that is offensive, maybe that's what he's talking about. During the Lakers 76ers game in Philadelphia Thursday night, Anthony furiously confronted a group of fans who were taunting him. Later, Anthony acknowledged that he was being called, quote, boy, by two groups of fans and felt the harassment was, quote, unacceptable. Following the game, TNT's Inside the NBA crew addressed the incident, with Kenny Smith defending Anthony for confronting the fans and ultimately having them ejected. Quote, that's what somebody who's soft would say, Shaquille O'Neal argued. When you're warriors like me and Chuck, that don't bother you anyway. When you're warriors like us, that ain't gonna stop me. I played in Texas. I played in the SEC. I heard it all. That ain't gonna stop me. Quote, I'm not gonna get upset about somebody calling me, quote, boy, Barkley said. Come on, man. Stop tripping. That to me is no big deal, some guy calling me boy. You can't be thin-skinned in sports, especially the Lakers stink and they're in Philly. Barkley, who infamously spit on a fan when he was a player, acknowledged there are lines that can be crossed, but didn't believe somebody calling somebody, quote, boy, defied that boundary. Last season, Barkley made it clear that he believes throwing popcorn on a player was crossing the line. Westbrook had popcorn dumped on him by a Philly fan. I think you should be able to go in the stands and beat the hell out of a person. We're talking about actual objects landing on a player. Do I think you ought to be able to go in and assault a fan over it? I kind of doubt it, but we're not exactly talking about beer bottles and things like that, are we, anymore? I mean, all those kind of things are plastic bottles, et cetera, et cetera. And this just goes to show you, look, I don't think this was racially driven at all. But you could tell that's what Carmelo Anthony was driving at. He was trying to make this a racial issue. Yeah, Shaq and Barkley, they probably did hear some stuff coming up in their time. Hell, they heard worse stuff from fellow players on the court. But now all these NBA players, there are no rivalries. They're all best friends. They all collude on where they want to play. And they are all a bunch of damn P-words at this point. Let's just be real. Everything upsets them. Everything bothers them. And Charles Barkley and Shaq are calling out their softness. And that's just what it is. I mean, look, Neither one of these guys called you the N-word. Yeah, that's a reason to get upset. It sure would be. Them calling you boy? Stop it, man. You're just looking to be triggered over something. You're just looking to make something an issue. And odds are you knew it was going to make the media sphere today, and all of the super woke mainstream media members are going to come out and defend you. It's good to see Barkley and Shaq do what they generally do, which is keep it real and hammer back at you over it. Okay? As old as you are on top of it, grow up, dude. Grow up. I mean, Shaq's telling you, look, he played at LSU. He might have heard some stuff when he was coming up. Okay? That's just a fact. And Shaq's saying, boy, wouldn't have triggered me, man. When you hear something really egregious, then maybe you say something. But at this point, it's all just heckling from fans. I mean, my God. Look, guys like Carmelo Anthony, and let me keep it real, LeBron James, you guys would have gotten manhandled by Shaq and by Charles Barkley back in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, it was just a different game. It was more physical, and guys were talking legitimate trash between each other that they meant back then. They did. Rick Mahorn would have ate guys like Carmelo alive. My God. And Carmelo ought to know better. He's been around a long time. He's got no excuse. He came in the league in what, 02, 03, something like that? I mean, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Is this surprising this is the kind of dude LeBron likes? That he recruits onto his team doesn't surprise me a bit. Thin-skinned. Ridiculous. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace. I'm out till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.